Previously on GayDR, we took a look at the shirtless nerd, Wicked Shrapnel. This fedora-wearing hot sauce lover ended up with our best score yet. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we can get into this week. Ladies, gentlemen, please calm down, please be seated. My name is Broseph Stull and I'll be your host tonight. Welcome back to GayDR Episode 7. Now, this week's contestant has been at the top of the comment section for many weeks now, and has even requested to be on the show himself. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you, El Presador. What is it with middle-aged men submitting shirtless photos wearing gay hats? And I thought a fedora was gay, but then you come at me with this, the Patriots? I mean, at least it's not the Browns. But before I get too far judging you on how you look, and trust me, there's a lot to say. This picture speaks more than 1,000 words in that respect. I'm gonna get right into rating your content. Now, the first thing I have to say about content is I'm not sure if we're dealing with a comedic genius or a complete retard. I mean, here we've got an angry middle-aged man who's known for yelling and screaming while playing Call of Duty and running into trees. Not to mention, he likes to refer to himself and his subscribers as beasts. I mean, that's almost as bad as goats, but not quite. And if you don't believe me when I say he yells and screams while playing video games, well, I've taken the liberty of putting together a small little snippet of his content. And that's footage from like 2 videos. You'd think a man whose job is to sit in a lazy boy recliner and talk to his computer might be a little bit more relaxed. But no, people. There's always something or somebody that's pissing him off. I mean, I think something as simple as Colt McCoy and Tim Tebow disappearing off the face of the earth might add a couple extra years to El Presador's life. But I don't really know why I'm complaining, because I personally find this man's rage hilarious. In fact, I find most of the stupid things he does quite entertaining. I mean, I personally loved his fishing videos this summer, but they kind of made me think, are you part Asian, El Presador? Because who the fuck else fishes for carp? Now, I guess since this is a gaming show and we are looking at gamers, we should talk about his gameplay. And one thing I must say is it's quite strange because he's always playing Call of Duty, yet I always feel like I'm watching a Super Mario gameplay, because all I see is a middle-aged man collecting gold coins. I guess I can't knock him for playing the objective. Anyways, I think it's about that time of the show where we rate this man on his content. Now, shame on me for finding someone who might need to be institutionalized funny, but this man makes me laugh, so I'm gonna have to hit that with a 9.5 out of 11. Well, congratulations, El Presador, on one of our best scores yet for content. Now, let's take a look at your Twitter feed. Now, the first thing I see when I examine El Presador's Twitter feed is that this man must be dyslexic, or his fingers are just too fat to operate the keyboard or phone he's using to type all of his tweets. I have yet to see one grammatically correct, let alone readable tweet from this man. I mean, is your caps lock button broken, or do you just like to yell all the time, even when you're tweeting? Because let me remind you, El Presador, when you're yelling and screaming at your phone while you're tweeting, no one can hear you. El Presador on Twitter, I find myself no longer going to ESPN for sports updates. I mean, once you figure out how to read his tweets, you'll learn that he knows quite a bit about football, and you'll get all of your sports updates from his Twitter feed. Mind you, there are some biases. I mean, I am a Ravens fan, so, you know, it can be a little disappointing at times. But hey, it could be worse. I could be sitting in a lazy boy recliner wearing a Patriots hat. Anyways, back to the Twitter thirst rating. I mean, besides tweeting about sports, beasts, beast blood, how big of a bitch someone is, there's not a whole lot going on here in the Twitter department. There's definitely no tweets to girl gamers. In fact, I question as to whether El Presador even knows what a girl gamer is. Anyways, I guess it's time to rate his Twitter thirst, and there's not really much else to give him but a 10. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we all know what time of the show it is now. Let me introduce to you our resident homosexual, Mr. Chuckles Gaming, for the mating rating.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Chuck, but you guys can call me Dick Snot. Today I'm going to be rating this angry bastard, El Presador, on overall attractiveness for my mating rating. First, let me say that the first time I saw El Presador's picture was just a few days ago. And this wasn't exactly what I expected him to look like. I mean, I've watched a few of his videos, and I could have swore he was black. So I'm going to have to deduct a point from my mating rating due to false advertisement. You really shouldn't have tricked me with that velvety inner city voice, Prez. But I'm going to move on with this. I think Prez would be an eager beaver in the sack. I mean, I could just imagine him tackling me like he did those trees and ravaging my supple man breasts while he makes silly little helicopter noises into my belly button. I also know he'd be a very vocal lover, but I'm not sure I could ever get him to shut the fuck up. But you know what they say, right? You can't talk with your mouth full. Sadly, my penis couldn't fill an embryo's mouth, so I'd just have to fist his throat to silence him. Alright, people. Let's rate this wigger. While I doubt El Prezador is currently as buff as he is in this picture that was probably taken years ago, I bet he could still manhandle my fragile little body. So that's definitely a turn on. I had to deduct a point for not being black, and I'll have to deduct another because I don't think we can both comfortably make love on his lazy boy recliner. Finally, I'm deducting another point because El Prezador looks like he would kick my ass for being a faggot. So that brings me to my final mating rating. I give El Prezador a mating rating of 8 out of 11. Please don't fucking kill me, Prez. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. As always, I love you and stay gay. Back to you, Broza.
Wow, Chuck. I really wish you the best, and I really hope that El Prez doesn't kill you, because that would really put a damper on future episodes of GayDR. Anyways, folks, it's that part of the show where we put together all of the ratings to give our contestant the final rating. So if you'll just give me a moment to find my calculator, alright, here we are. Carry the 1, subtract the 5, add Beast Blood, and the final rating is 9.25 out of 11. Wow, congratulations, El Prezador. Well, folks, that just about wraps up this episode. If you want to see a commentator of your choice on a future episode, leave their name in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you to El Prezador for allowing me to have him featured on the show. Bye-bye now.